Hare Krishna. The kids are making a lot of room in the front. So Mataji side, I request everyone to please come forward. And Prabhuji side also, there's a lot of room in front. And I request everyone to please go forward. While kids are making room, let's welcome everyone. So there's a Sunday feast gathering. We have a full agenda today. Is there anyone who's visiting us for the first time? Good, everyone's reading. Nice. I take this opportunity to recognize today's country's sponsor. We have Santosh Guraprabhu and Shraddha Mataji. They are sponsoring for trustee 14th birthday. Is trustee here? Okay, I don't see. I'll try to find a little later. So, about upcoming events, we have next couple of weeks are really packed, right? We are having 22nd December, we are observing Gita Jayanti. So on that occasion, we'll have amazing fire sacrifice here in the same hall, and we'll also have Bhagavad Gita from verse 1st to 700 verse, non-stop continuous recitation in Sanskrit verses. And right after that, we'll have an English translation recitation from verse 1 to 700. So double recitation, look forward to it, and there are sheets are getting circulated. So if you want to sign up, please do so. Also, 23rd December, we are having Bhagavad Gita Kids Shloka recitation competition. So details are being circulated. That's for age 4 to 15. So please do sign up. The details are being circulated. There are 4 different groups. So it's amazing opportunity for kids to showcase their talent, what they're learning in Sunday school and also preparing in their homes. Also, with Prabhuji's special permission, we are also having a program on 31st December. So we'll have amazing satsang program here, and that is fully geared towards devotees coming together for team building activities and entertainment program. And so do not miss that opportunity to associate right before New Year, basically New Year Eve. So it's happening evening and 6:30 around to around 10 o'clock. So everyone will have a chance to go back home before midnight. Also, we recently learned that we are starting Sunday school in Kent. So, yes, we are starting on Saturday. So starting from first week of January, every Saturday in Canton, and Rohinathan Prabhu is there. He will have all the details, and anyone who's in Canton area and want to register Sunday school in Canton. And also, I know there are a lot of devotees who knows people who live in Canton. So please circulate the flyers being distributed already in the community board. So please share the details, anyone that you know who will live in or around Canton. And that's the best service that we can do to promote the Sunday school. I'm sure pretty much everyone here knows at least one family in Canton area. Right? So please do so. Thank you very much. And also, today we have a double mercy. Right? We generally have one speaker. Now, with 2 very, learned devotees who are giving Sunday peace class. So we get double mercy. So let's welcome on gas husband ISKCON Prabhu and her grace Himanga Gopi. Don't need any introduction. We have heard from them multiple times, but just for our own verification and anyone who have missed out on their glories in the past. Prabhuji and Mataji both are very exalted devotees. A lot of activities they are involved. They are in Krishna consciousness from more than 24 years. They started in 1996. And they are Brahman initiated from Mr. Radhanath Maharaj. They are involved in multiple activities across temple that includes drama coordination, kids activity, festival coordination, and to be more specifically, Prabhuji is part of the management. He's leading many services in the background that no one even knows. Right? So that he's involved in many activities. Also, he's a Bhakti Vishal leader, preacher. Same way Mataji is also preaching. They both preached in multiple countries, including Singapore and also Canada, before they decided to move permanently in ISKCON Farmington to be with us and serve Shishada Rupi Janvala Vedapati from Gauri and Yeshua Prabhat as part of this community. Mataji, She's very famous in all the ladies programs. She's running Vaishnavi Sangha. She's also running for younger gopis, younger kids. She's running Vallavi Vrinda every Saturday. And she's also part of lot of, she's part of Brahma's Sunday school, all the kids from activities, and so many other things. So my list is kind of long, so I'll cut short. But thank you very much, Prabhuji Mataji, for being here and allowed to be part of this nice program. Thank you very much. Let's welcome them by Tita Laudi chanting. Haribo, Haribo, Haribo.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you all so much for being here on behalf of ISKCON Farmington Hills. We are so happy to welcome you all for this Sunday Feast program. And we thank our temple authorities for blessing us with this opportunity to share. Thank you, Guruji. And Sri Gopal Guruji, who has announced now, a very wonderful Vaishnava, my very good friend. He is not only my timekeeper, he's also my goalkeeper. He keeps setting me goals that I need to achieve. But he is a great Guruji. Thank you. Today we have a very, very special topic. Yatra. What comes to your mind when we hear the word Yatra? Anyone? What is Yatra? Yes, pilgrimage, spiritual journey, right? Practically every religion has yatras. You've heard about any religion, they always have yatra. And especially in Sanatana Dharma, yatra holds a very special place, a spiritual journey. Raghunath Maharaj usually mentions in the last class of the yatra, usually the first class, he would mention how to be in the Dham, how to serve the Dham, with what attitude and mood one should be in yatra. In the last class, Maharaj would specifically mention this. What is the purpose that we need to carry on with? Yatra gives us, we all in material life having to deal with a lot of things, family life, kids, so many things to take care, so many distractions. Yatra gives us an opportunity for us to keep all the distractions away and refocus our complete attention to who we are, who is the Supreme Lord, what is our connection with Him, and how to perfect our life. That is a chance for us to refocus. And he would always mention that Yatra doesn't stop in Yatra. In fact, the next Yatra begins as soon as the first Yatra ends. So life is a journey. Life is a Yatra. With that, keeping in that mind, we will move forward. First of all,
opportunity to request everyone to please put their cell phone on silent.
So before dwelling in this topic, we sincerely seek the blessings of our Shiksha Guru, His Grace Jigal Kishore Guruji, all the assembled Vaishnavas, our Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, all the previous Acharyas, and the Supreme Lord. We will unison recite this prayers called Mangala Charan, invocating the blessings of the Supreme Lord and the Acharyas. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnanachakshurunmilitam
Chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gauranga Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Yasha Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravati Vijayini Nirvishesha Shunyavati Vashyatya Vishtarini Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
I was born in the darkest of ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I also wanted to share and thank several Matajis who approached me to many of us who attended the Yatra to share, and we were promising that we will have Vaishnavi Sangha where we will be sharing it. And then Grace Golakeshwari Mataji said, why don't you both share it in the Sunday feast? And when she had this desire, so her desire is today's manifestation. We want to thank her for encouraging us. We seek all your blessings before we begin, so we can, whatever we speak, may glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in that way, that will bring happiness to all the assembled Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So whenever we go on yatras or any kind of spiritual activity, right, we always want something that will help us. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given this great formula. Sadhu Sangha Nama Kirtan Bhagavat Shravan Mathura Vasa Shri Murthera Shraddhaya Sevan. So these are the 5 potent ways that can awaken one's dormant love for Krishna. And what does Sadhu Sangha mean? Association of devotees. Nama Kirtan is chanting the holy name of the Lord. And Bhagavat Shravan is hearing about the glories of the holy, of the Supreme Lord. Mathura Vas is residing in Mathura or Holy Dham. And Sri Murthera Shraddhaya Sevan, worshipping the deity with faith and veneration. So the key word is faith, Shraddhaya. So let's see what that faith means.
We just heard the word Shraddha means faith. Right? Land of Bharat, India, is full of holy places. Right? Wherever you go, which state you go, you will always find amazing holy places, beautiful temples. In Uttar Pradesh, there is a place known as Kashi and Varanasi. I think everyone is familiar there, right? Who is the presiding deity in Kashi?
Lord Shiva.
Lord Shiva, Kashi Vishwanath, right? So once Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati, they were having a conversation. They're talking because a lot of people are thronging towards Kashi, and always every place is every place is thronged with a lot of people. So Mother Parvati, out of her motherly affection, she said, "Oh Lord, look at these people of Kali Yuga. They're full of faith. You know, when we say Kali Yuga, usually everything deteriorates, but what is happening here? We see people with so much faith." And Lord Shiva was smilingly said, "Oh, that's nice. So let's do an experiment. So you and me, we will disguise as an ordinary people, you know, with regular clothes. And I will go a little deep inside Ganges, and I will pretend as if I'm going to drown in Ganges. And you stay on the shore and call for help and say, 'My husband is drowning. Please, somebody help.' Okay? But put a condition." The Lord Shiva went inside, And he went a little deeper inside and started pretending as if he was drowning in Ganga. And he was saying like this, help, help, like that. Mother Parvati was at the shore, at the bank. She started screaming for help. Somebody, please help. My husband is drowning. We need help. Please help. A lot of people immediately jumped up and they were about to get into the river. Mother Parvati said, but one condition. What? The person who is going to save my husband has to be free from sins. Everybody stepped back. And suddenly from nowhere, one man, simple man, with shabby clothes, he ran and jumped in and went to grab the hand of Lord Shiva, who is in disguise, and he was trying to save him. And everybody was stunned. Wow, like that. He just looked at what's happening, why everybody is giving me a weird look. And Lord Shiva, very happy, and he was asking, so are you free from sins? He said, what? Are you free from sins? Because that was the condition to save me. That I don't know, but one thing I am fully confident, whoever takes a dip or bath in Ganga, they will be free from sins.
Hari
So,
Bol.
as soon as I jumped in, I know that I am free from sins. So with that faith, I saved. Then Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati became so pleased with that person and said, this is faith. Because we hear again and again. But when it comes to application, that's where our realization takes place. And then Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati, they gave special darshan to this particular devotee and blessed him. Coming back, we have been hearing again and again, Lord Krishna is non-different from his holy name. There is absolutely no difference between his holy name, his divine form, his holy dham, divine abode, and also his divine paraphernalias. They are all same. When we say Radha Gopi Jal Vallabha, they are non-different from Radha Gopi Jal Vallabha. They are the same Supreme Lord, no difference. So when we have that faith, similarly, as we said, holy dham, the divine abode, is also non-different. We have to go with that faith when we approach a dham. We have heard again and again and again how different devotees in Srimad Bhagavatam, they approach holy dham. A very famous example, Akrura, how he entered Vrindavan. As soon as he entered Vrindavan, he saw the lotus footsteps of Krishna. Immediately he jumped down and paid obeisances and started rolling on the dust of Vrindavan. And how Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Radha Krishna, the same Supreme Lord, in this Kali Yuga, just 500 years ago, appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the most munificent incarnation, the most munificent personality. How he appeared holy dhams. So we are going to discuss, because approaching holy dham is not an ordinary activity. It's not just by getting a flight ticket or a train ticket, somebody can go there. First of all, one requires mercy. One requires divine grace from the Lord to enter his divine abode. And the key to enter the dham, as Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, the key to open the devotional service, what is the key? Humility. Without humility, we cannot realize anything. We will not be able to relish anything. In fact, only by humility, with devotion, when we enter the dham, the holy dham will be revealed. Otherwise, to our material eyes, things might look ordinary. That's why the most important part of yatra is hearing. Everything begins with hearing. That's why Prahlad Maharaj also first says Shravanam, Kirtanam, then he follows with all the process. So hearing plays the most important part. And recently, many of us, more than 10,000 devotees across the world, we attended a yatra led by His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj in Jagannath Puri in the month of Kartik. Many devotees from our congregation also attended. So we would like to speak about that yatra, and we want to share the places we visited and our experiences and what is the real message we have to take from the yatra. Let's begin. And before that, as we all say in the flight, buckle up, put on your seat belts. Our officer is very strict. So please be calm. What is that buckle up? Here, the buckle up means let us be attentive with humility and devotion. We are literally going to walk through this yatra in Jagannath Puri. Are we ready?
So the first day of Yatra, they were mentioning that when does Yatra begin? The day we desired that we want to go for Yatra. So the whole journey from the day the Yatra was announced to the time that we all really wish to go and encouraged each other to go, it was just amazing meditation every single day for months. And actually on the day we took the flight, I got these slides to show that when we went together, like some of the devotees, we all traveled in the same flight. That was simply incredible. So I want you to, in the airport, that day was Govardhan Puja. And we were missing Radha Gopi Janavallabha and all the devotees here. And on that day, we had to travel. It's a combination of happiness and distress. That's how we said it's inconceivably we cannot feel that emotion. So in the airport, we were all singing Damodarashtakam and Govardhanashtakam and sharing the glory. So that's the sound doesn't work. But you could see how enthusiastic we all were. I see very need a mridanga.
Wow.
On a suitcase.
Yes. So, and then the journey began. It was really, really very sweet. And here is the next one. We landed in Delhi airport. That was morning time. And we had now many more devotees all over the world. So everybody joined in Mangalarti. We had a full Mangalarti from whole program. So you could see that too. Sorry, the sound is not working, but you feel the happiness here. This devotee who is having the phone, he is Namamrita Prabhu. This is his first yatra, and he was super excited. He said, I am so excited to be with you all, starting from Mangalarti in the morning in Delhi airport. So,
Yogesh, he is the son of one of the senior most disciples of Prabhupada, Yogesh Prabhu, and he's a born devotee. And he also joined with us.
yeah. And what else to say? We had transcendental guide, Dhamvasi from here, who also came for the yatra, none other than our Jayarade Mataji and Ananta Keshav Prabhu. So they took so much care. They are Dhamvasis, they're originally from Bhubaneswar. So they know the whole of Puri. So they made so much arrangement. Even the spiritual shopping, the shopping became spiritual because of them. So they made sure the darshan, how to go, what time to go, talking to the rickshawalas, everything. They were there for us. So that was so transcendental. And we had another family too. When we landed in Bhubaneswar, that is our Sureshwari Gopi Mataji and Prabhu,
Subha Chaitanya.
Subha Chaitanya Prabhu. So they had cooked, their parents had cooked full feast for us when we landed in Bhubaneswar. We could refresh in their house, and we were in bliss, the yatra bliss. And from there, we went to ISKCON temple and paid our obeisances to Gaur Govind Maharaj to seek his blessings that we can enter the dham and the yatra in the right mood. And then from there, we went on to Lingaraj temple, where Lord Shiva is the Dhampalak, right? So we went to take blessings from him and permission from him in Bhubaneswar. And from there, our journey began to enter Jagannath Puri Dham. And when we came in, there was registration desk. And we saw thousands. Now the number is actually increasing. We were in tens. There are like hundreds, then like thousands of devotees as we entered the pandal. A beautiful setup was made. It did not look like, we just felt like the bigger family. There was just happiness in everybody's face. There were no long lines, as you would imagine. More than 10,000 devotees means long lines will be there. But practically there were no long lines. Just a few minutes registrations was happening. And at the registration desk, the whole group was divided into 8 groups. And we all, most of us were in one group called Ranga Devi group. And we had a lavender color band. Yeah, probably has it. So after the yatra, you just take it off, like any place you go, those carnivals, you just take and throw it off. But each of us have preserved those bands because we put it on our forehead and it's forever for our life memory. So Prabhu has got it in his hand to show you all. That's how sacred every process and every step was. And at the registration desk, we also had coupons for fresh drinking water, like the purified water. None of us had to go buy outside even the water. Every aspect of anybody's care was perfectly taken care in the yatra. So then we all checked into our residence, like in a sense, the hotel accommodations, and the next day, Wednesday, the 16th, the yatra officially began, starting from Mangalarti 5 in the morning. And here we have our Bhagavatacharya Prabhu, the temple commander, telling us, Rangadevi group, come on over here, holding the board. So, yeah.
He was a line maintainer, called as crowd control, so he was taking care, just like how he is taking care of us here. Now we would like to talk about the first day of Yatra. This is the schedule of the Yatra. Every day begins with Mangalarati, after Mangalarati and Tulsi pranams. Then we would do Japa session together. Usually Radhanath Maharaj would come for Japa session. They start serving breakfast right from 5:30 till 7:30. Because since there are 8 groups, each group would go to different, dham places, different Leela places. So accordingly, they will manage. And right after that, for us, the very first day, we were walking and going to different places in Puri itself. So we had Katha in the Pandal. Our first class was given by His Grace Sanat Kumar Prabhuji, one of the senior most brahmacharis, and he's also one of the temple presidents of Radha Gopinath Temple, Sanchara. And he gave a wonderful class to set our mood, what to expect, how to behave, how to receive mercy. It is said beautifully, for every holy place, there is a way to access mercy. For Vrindavan, to access mercy, we need to get the mercy from the dust.
Roll in the dust like a cobra, right?
And I remember vividly, in 2005, I believe, when we went for Yatras, devotees literally would roll on the dust and fully covered with dust, and nobody will bother to shred it off.
Actually, the first time whoever comes, they pay obeisances. When you get up, you get all the mud stuck. Right? So one devotee was going like that, and other devotee said, Lord Brahma is doing tapasya to get a piece of this dust, and you are just taking it off. So that's how the mood was. Like, this holy dust is what decorates us.
That is in Vrindavan. In Mayapur, to access mercy, what is the key? Holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Just by chanting, Gaurandaya, they are very pleased. So that is the way to access. And then for Jagannath Puri, which is our very favorite, what is the way to access mercy?
Mahaprasad.
So Prabhuji enlightened us with all these wonderful aspects and how Mahaprabhu, when he entered Jagannath Puri, actually usually, to come from Atarnala to Jagannath temple doesn't take that long. But for Mahaprabhu, out of being in ecstasy, he would go unconscious and he will start chanting loudly, pay obeisances again and again and again. It took 9 hours for him to reach to Jagannath Puri temple. And what mood he approached Jagannath? The love, the separation, the devotion, and most importantly, the humility. So he was narrating all this and preparing us what to expect, how to be in the yatra. So officially yatra began on the morning, and then these are the places we visited that day: Gambira, Svetaganga, Siddhabakul, which is the Haridas Thakur's Bhajan Kutir, then Jagannath Mandir, Sri Mandir, and Sarvam Bhattacharya's space.
Just wanted to let you know, it's a 6-day yatra, so many places we went. So 6 days of nectar we are trying to give you in short. So it's going to be a trailer, fast trailer. So for further, maybe in other sanghas we can share more. So forgive us if we are saying short pastimes in a shorter way and just the gist of it. Yeah. So first place that we visited was Gambira. Gambira in itself means very deep. And this is the house of Kashi Mishra. Kashi Mishra is none other than the Rajaguru of Prataparudra Maharaj. So he gave this special room in his house for Mahaprabhu to be there. And Mahaprabhu's very intimate, ecstatic pastimes have happened in that one small room of the place called Gambira in his house. It also happens to be the house is close to the Jagannath temple because every day Mahaprabhu would go and there is a beautiful garden for him in that house. And these deities are called Shri Radha, Radha Kanta. And would you like to say?
Shri Radha, Radha Kanta, they are very special deities. These deities were brought by the father of Pratap Maharaj, Govish Purushottam Dev, and he brought them from Kanchipuram. And Radha Kanta, initially, they were residing in Jagannath Puri temple itself. One day, Lord Jagannath appeared in the dream of Pratap Maharaj and said, "Can you remove Radha Kanta and put it somewhere else? Because he is taking all the wonderful, nice food items which are offered to us."
He's taking off from the boga plate, the nice ones, so please make other arrangements for him.
Then Pratap Maharaj, he thought, and he said he didn't want them to place them in little further away, so it's a nearby Kashi Mishra's house is there. So he placed them, took them to Kashi Mishra's house. From then on, this place, Radha Kanta is worshipped with wonderful facilities.
And this is the entrance you can see, and in that small cage that you see, there is the Kamandalu, the upper cloth, and the danda of Mahaprabhu, Padukas of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu kept for darshan. So this is that very, very special place, Gambhira. The second place that we went.
Gambhira is the place where Mahaprabhu stayed 12 years. Mahaprabhu lived in this planet for 48 years. Out of the first 24 years was in Navadvip, and 6 years he was traveling in South India Yatra, and the last 12 years Mahaprabhu stayed in Gambhira. Very special place, so many wonderful pastimes. Our beloved Idal Krishna Prabhuji, every Wednesday he gives Chaitanya Bhagavat class. In that class, he narrates amazing pastimes. With Prabhuji's amazing humility and devotion, he narrates the nectarian pastimes. So it's a wonderful opportunity for us to hear. So many of the pastimes happen in this place. And the next place we visited was Siddhabakul, for our Gaudiya Vaishnavas, one of the most important places. Who is our Namacharya? Haridas Thakur ki Jai. So this is the place Namacharya resided for many, many years. Namacharya also, for 24 years he was in Mayapur. After that, rest of his life, he spent in Jagannath Puri.
So if you want to know how this Siddhabakul tree manifested, Haridas Thakur actually, this past time, the first time I heard when, who is Haridas Thakur? He is none other than Brahmaji's incarnation. So when this temple was inaugurated in Satya Yuga, Indrajimna Maharaj actually went up and invited Lord Brahma for the inauguration. So Lord Brahma actually inaugurated the temple. And now his service role has changed in the next few yugas. And he respected that service, and he's not even allowed to enter the temple. Can we imagine you were the chief of guests to open Ravala Gopichana Vallabha, and the next time you come and you're said you're not even allowed to enter? What kind of feeling you will have? But Lord Brahma, in the role of Haridas Thakur, he exhibited that extreme humility. And he did not even come close to the temple, that his shadow also, he didn't want the pujaris to touch, that he felt that will contaminate the pujari. So that's how careful he was, and he stayed so away. But his heart was filled with Krishna Prema. So he didn't even have a residence. So Mahaprabhu every day would visit, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would visit Lord Jagannath, get the Mahaprasad from there, and straight he would come. The Lord comes to see Prabhuji in the form of Haridas Thakur to give that mercy to him on a daily basis. So when he saw that he didn't even have a residence, and that day he got this toothbrush of Lord Jagannath, the pakul twig, and he came and he just planted the twig in the ground. And from there, this divine tree, the Siddhabakul tree, manifested from that dried twig toothbrush of Lord Jagannath. Siddhabakul ki jai. And that tree, under that tree that's what you could see. The most important part that you could see is this is the trunk. And you could, when you first have version of it, it's all like dried, and it's kind of disformed in a sense. It's all not looking like a live tree. And there is also a story behind that. When one of the kings wanted to build Jagannath Rath, he chose this tree, to use the wood of this tree to build the Jagannath Rath. And some devotees, they said that, do you know what special tree is this? This is personally planted by Mahaprabhu. We don't want to chop that down. But the king was like, this is what my consciousness is telling me, like this would be the perfect tree to make the cart for Lord Jagannath. So they couldn't refute the king, and they were all praying, what can we do? We all can pray. And what happened? The next day, magically in the morning, the tree himself just became hollow from inside. And it just went into those vikar that you see, that it can be used. When the morning the king and the servants came to chop the tree to make the cart, the tree was not looking useful for making, suitable for making the card. And that same tree you could see in this is the picture that we just clicked when we went. It's so fresh and alive on top. And the bottom you can see it's all looks like dried. So this is all that achintya, inconceivable, you can actually see in the dham right in front of your eyes. Siddhavakul Dham ki jai, Haridas Thakur ki jai.
In that place, all the devotees, we remembered all our
All of
community
them,
members,
yes.
all our devotees, and we chanted.
And we all prayed that we all achieve that Shuddha Nam one day. Yes. So next place was Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house.
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, recently Prabhuji narrated the passage so wonderfully. He is the chief administrator of the temple and he is also a very well-known scholar. In fact, practically, he was the top scholar in that era. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was very influential as well. The pastime starts with how Mahaprabhu entered. As we were talking, it took so many hours for him to reach. And as soon as he saw Lord Jagannath, out of ecstasy, he fell unconscious. And immediately the security guards did not know that it is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They come to beat him up and throw him out of the temple.
Actually, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya covered the body of Mahaprabhu and protected and took all the beatings on himself.
And he stopped the guards.
He stopped
And he
them.
said, because just by looking at the divine form of Mahaprabhu, he understood he's a divine personality. He's not an ordinary person, but he did not aware yet that he is a supreme person. So he said, I want you all to take him to my house. His house is not that far. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is also in the temple. So the security guards, they took Mahaprabhu and placed in his house. And all the devotees of Mahaprabhu, they chanted for 9 full hours for Mahaprabhu to return to external consciousness. And as soon as Mahaprabhu returned to consciousness, he heard what happened, and then he looked at Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and said, I am now your dependent because you have protected me. Now please tell me what should I do. Then as Prabhuji mentioned, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he gave the Vedic knowledge, Vedanta for 7 days. And Mahaprabhu did not speak anything. It's a long pastime. But all those things, wonderful pastimes happened
in this house. So.
And Mahaprabhu personally showed the Shad Puja.
The first time that Mahaprabhu revealed the Shad Puja form, that he is the Supreme Lord, none other than Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that actually happened in this house to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Shad Puja form, we have this beautiful picture on our temple hall too. So that first amazing pastime happened in this house. And you can also see there is a tunnel. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was in a very high position, so he has to travel quickly to the temple. So there is an underground tunnel from one of the rooms that he could actually go quickly to the temple directly. Private tunnel. So, interest of time, we are going a little faster. So, next place we went was Shweta Ganga.
This is the place which is not different from Mother Ganga. So, anyone who takes bath, they get the same benefit. In fact, more. In this place, one wonderful devotee known as Sakshi Devi, who was a princess of Odisha, she was a very ardent devotee of Lord Krishna. And she went to take bath in this place and she became Ganga Mata Goswamini.
And she came out in front of Lord Jagannath. So that's the pastime from this place.
She became a pure devotee. When you see in calendar Ganga Mata Goswamini is that personality. So Shweta Ganga is that place.
So from here, devotees were requested to go to Jagannath Mandir. Some of them went, some of us, we did not go because the time was very short and it takes 4 or 5 hours to take darshan of the lordships. And it was already afternoon time by then. And we were all focused that we should come back fresh and prepared to hear from Maharaj the first day of the class. So we all, our group from Michigan, decided to go back, have prasad and be ready for the class. So we went back.
Usually the lunch is served between 12 to 3 and Maharaj would start speaking right at 5 o'clock and the classes would go on up until 8:30. Then we would have an amazing ecstatic kirtan followed by Namadra Shritam and ghee lamp offering. So by 9 o'clock it would complete the
You
program.
can only imagine 10,000 ghee lamps with no accidents.
So the important, as we said, as Kishore always mentioned this, we can only see the Dham through hearing. So hearing is the most important part of the yatra. So we decided to go on some other
So
time.
that's how for us to stay together, it was very helpful because each one of us were able to remind the other that let us focus, even the kids, let them take some rest because we are in a jet lag mode. So let's take that little bit break and come back fresh so we can sit and hear the katha completely. So that Sangha together was very, very, very helpful. And then in the katha, in the evening, Maharaj went in depth talking about Lord Jagannath's manifestation. And this line, I really want to say exactly what Maharaj said, not even to paraphrase. So he said, recognizing the value of each moment is the expression of our gratitude, like recognizing the value of each moment. And he said, it has taken millions of lifetimes for our soul to come to this 2003 Kartik Yatra. It has taken lifetimes, millions of lifetimes for this each soul sitting here to come. When we understand this fortune, we become truly grateful how precious is every moment of each day. So this has really etched in our heart, like how fortunate each one of us for millions of lifetimes that we have done the tapasya to come. And he narrated the whole pastime of Jagannath in such a way that it was 9:30 or 10, and we all decided, yes, now let's go for Jagannath darshan. So at that time of the night, we all jumped into we were all fresh, jet lag really helped. So very helpful that we all jumped into the auto rickshaw, so many in, and our tour guide came along, Jayarada Mataji and Prabhu, and they took us to the temple. Even at that time, the temple was full with devotees at that time. None of the devotees from the yatra, this was general devotees visiting from all over the place. And we were able to go. And the first time, actually, even the kids who entered, Jayarada Mataji and Prabhuji showed us the place exactly where Mahaprabhu would stand near the Garuda Stamba. And when you, like the place he would lean with his hand on the wall, and he said, now stay in that position, even the imprints of his fingers are there. He said, now stand there and then take the darshan. And it's actually really far from there. When you take the darshan from there, you can only see Jagannath. You cannot see Subhadra and Baldev because Mahaprabhu is in Srimati Radharani's mood, right? So he only wants to see Shyam Sundar. He doesn't want the family together there. So that much of emotions we could actually, after the class when we went, we suddenly felt as if everything is alive and we are able to experience that, whatever was being shared in the class. And when we went in front, most of the times we are being told, oh, Pandas do this, they beat you, they ask you for money. None of us or most of us did not experience such a kind of feeling. And we were begging the Pandas, we are ready to give you any money. Would you let us in? And the Panda actually laughed and he said, you don't have to give any money. Just come 6 o'clock in the morning. Everybody gets free darshan and can go close to Jagannath. So that feeling, like, there was no negative feelings. That's what I wanted to share, that everybody was helping each other to take darshan of Lord Jagannath. And when we were in the line, it was huge rush or amazing set of devotees pushing each other. But when you come in front of Lord Jagannath, nobody pushes anybody, or you don't feel anything. And nobody says you to move unless you make that move. So it was truly magical. That's what I could say. Any small kid, Bal Gopal or be Gopinath, I just went and asked them if they would like to come and share a word of what was the great thing they remember about the yatra. They said darshan of Jagannath. So that's how Lord Jagannath's darshan was just captivating.
Amazing. Some other time, due to the interest of time, we can discuss the appearance of Jagannath and how the Jagannath temple manifested. So we can go to the next day of Yatra. Jagannath Swami ki Jai. Next day was Srila Prabhupada's, the most auspicious Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day. And that day, we had so many wonderful senior devotees, did verbal offerings in the morning, in the evenings. Many of Srila Prabhupada's disciples there for the day gave verbal offerings. And there is a sweet video. That day, all the devotees, they joined together. They prepared 3,500 preparations to offer to Srila Prabhupada. And even to arrange for this particular cooking, they had a separate registration desk. One should go there and register what item, what to get. They will give you required groceries and all the required paraphernalias for you to cook and offer. So it is a beautiful video you can see here. Huge amount of offering, 3,500 offerings. I've never seen in my life such huge amount of offerings. And Prabhupada accepted them with so much happiness. And many of you
Hare Krishna, today we are here for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada.
was perfectly arranged.
Cooking on his disappearance day.
Now, for the Boga offering, you would go there and register and get the paraphernalia required.
I'm just skipping. We're all made that day. So all
Hare Krishna, this is for Srila Prabhupada. It's Gujarati Undia. It's got brinjal and all the Indian grown vegetables like yam. We
strategies, right? If things are not provided.
got some muthias and beans. And Jai Srila Prabhupada.
चिली पनीर बेबी कॉर्न पनीर 65 अच्छा कैसा था आपका एक्सपीरियंस कैसा रहा अभी तक
very purifying.
लेकिन आपके
So that is the
So
second day.
Radhanath Maharaj came.
Jai.
He came in and thanked all the devotees for offerings, and he received the whole. On that same day.
So we had double feast that day. As well as
Can you see the 3,000 baby? Can just cover the whole thing?
day of Yatra was
Breaking news. If you're taking metformin or Ozempic, you need to see this. Did you know that type 2 has nothing to do with sugar? In fact, every single organ of your body needs sugar to function. Here's the truth. Most people continue to take blood sugar medications because they have been brainwashed by the medical establishment to believe diabetes is a hereditary condition, even though new studies are showing this to be completely false. An award-winning doctor has just revealed the real biological root cause of high blood sugar, and it has nothing to do with sugar intake, eating carbs, or even genetics, but instead with an overload of receptors in the pancreas. This highly acclaimed doctor was forced out of his practice after unveiling $1 billion secret she wasn't supposed to find. A clinically proven, unique type of sugar to restore healthy glucose levels that you can use today regardless of your current condition. You can tap the blue button on your screen for a free video. You'll see how this powerful hack takes only a few seconds to do from the comfort of home and helps your pancreas to regulate sugar almost instantly, all without the need for medications and their side effects or restrictive diets. Over 44,212 people are already doing this. And not only are they able to fix their high sugar levels naturally, but they are also boosting their metabolisms and losing pound after pound of diabetic fat. And this number is growing every day. So stop everything you are doing and tap the Watch Now button below to see a short, eye-opening video. You'll learn the groundbreaking recipe that is already helping thousands rapidly achieve healthy A1C levels. This method works so incredibly well that the greedy executives within the pharmaceutical industry are pushing to keep the key to rewinding type 2 hidden and protect their absurd profits. While you still can, tap the Watch Now button and learn how to use this secret sugar to potentially eliminate type 2 and get back to feeling great again. This video may not be available for long, as Big Pharma files a new application every day to get it taken down. See it now before it's too late.
It became known as Tota Gopinath, where Tota means garden. Then later, Mahaprabhu then gave this deity to Karadan Pandit and told him to take Kshetra sannyas, which means he must stay in Puri and never leave his whole life and worship the deity. And in this temple of Tota Gopinath, Mahaprabhu would every day.
When you have these woke revolutions, it requires all of us at some point to say, no, not going to do this. A nation has to have civic education. They have to know what the Constitution is. They have to know what the First Amendment is. They have to have some idea who the people were that died at Shiloh, what Okinawa was about, who Andrew Jackson was, who Lincoln was, who Harriet Tubman was. If you don't have models of your past, you're going to forget it. We are living in a country that has no resemblance to the visions of the Founding Fathers in the first 200 years of our history. We're losing that ability with tribal politics, wokeness, cancel culture. If you lose the idea of citizenship And if Americans don't see themselves as unique citizens of the United States, then you don't have a country. The people who control us in the corporate boardroom, in Hollywood, in professional sports, the people on Wall Street, the people in Silicon Valley, they have found a way to siphon the profits from 7 billion people on the planet that have an iPhone or an email account or a Google search to an area of about 80 square miles. If we don't wake up, the elite who don't believe in the American experiment will hijack our government. If we're aware of what they're doing and aware of the perilous status of citizenship, then we become masters of our own destiny. If we don't, then the citizenship that we've known for centuries will die. I'm Victor Davis Hanson. This is a course on American citizenship. Let's begin.
It's such an amazing feeling when I saw him. And also, if you go during the Mangalarti time to the temple, they actually reveal this part of his knee, where you can see this golden mark. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was winding up his pastimes, he actually entered through this part of Toda Gopinath and entered the deity. And you can see that the golden light. So next time we visit, make sure you
Thank you.
during Mangalarti time to witness this very amazing darshan. Thank you so much. Toda Gopinath ki jai.
So next was Samadhi of Haridas.
This is the place where our Haridas Thakur, Namacharya, he winded up his earthly pastimes. As we know, Mahaprabhu was very, very dear to Haridas Thakur, and Haridas Thakur was very, very dear to Mahaprabhu. And they had such amazing pastimes every single day as he would bring Mahaprasad of Jagannath. So once he winded up his pastime, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally performed the final rites for his beloved pure devotee, Haridas Thakur.
So you could actually see that the ocean, the Mahabodhi that is called. Many of us, they usually announce in the yatra what's the whole schedule. So they said there is an ocean bath. So come prepared with your clothes for the ocean bath. So many of the Matajis and the young kids were not actually feeling comfortable, and some were fearful. So all kinds of emotions were there. But after hearing the pastime, those who were prepared, unprepared, ready, not ready, everyone jumped. Jai Sachinandan, Gaur Hari, and they were into the ocean, and everybody recited, like our group together, we recited the whole Shikshashtakam verse, we paid obeisances to the ocean, and then entered knowing that this is the liquid mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Haridas Thakur combined. So that was the power of Shravan. So we say that so because of our own conditioning, being in this body and many bodies for many lifetimes, we have our own conditionings. But what does that Shravanam do? What does the hearing do? It goes deep into the heart to bring us the true nature of the soul, which is nothing but the servant of the Lord. And how should we act when we understand that we are servant of the Lord? So our likes and dislikes take a back seat, and our faith increases many thousands of fold. And you can see what actually the magic actually happens.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally carried the divine form of Haridas Thakur and danced in ecstasy, chanting Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare.
Then he bathed the divine form of Haridas Thakur in the ocean. Then he proclaimed to the entire world, he said, from now on, this ocean will be known as Mahatirtha, the great holy place. And we could, as she mentioned, our vision completely changed when we looked at the ocean. I grew up near Bay of Bengal. For me, Bay of Bengal is just another ocean for to have sport. But after hearing this, now Bay of Bengal is Mahatirtha. So be careful.
So the next day, day 4, Vishwarup Prabhuji led the group where we went to Alarnath Temple and Sakshi Gopal Temple. We have Champakavalli with us to share on these pastimes.
Hare Krishna. So on this day, we visited two places, the Alarnath Temple and Sakshi Gopal. So in Alarnath Temple, it becomes very crowded during the 2 weeks when we can't take the darshan of Lord Jagannath because he's sick due to Snan Yantra. So this period is known as Sanavajana, which means no opportunity to see the Lord Puri. During this time, Lord Chaitanya went to go see Lord Jagannath. We couldn't see Lord Jagannath, so we went to the Larna temple. And when he went, he's feeling so much separation and anxiety from the Lord that when he first laid down in front of Lord Larna, the stones that under the baby, they melted with blissful touch. So
you can see that's called the Prem Shila, that the rock actually melted. The Mahaprabhu's imprints are there, his whole amazing form, you can see. And they fill this place with water because of the heat of separation of Mahaprabhu to keep it cool down. They fill this place with water.
Please continue.
So it's like a really magical place, and I was able to see the pastime happening in front of my eyes, especially after seeing all these scenery dwellings. And then the second place is Sakshi Gopal, which is also one of my favorite places. So I wanted to share you a short story.
Yeah, please go ahead.
There were two families, there's a young man and an old woman, and they went on pilgrimage. And so when they came back, the old woman was so grateful to the young woman. Like he said, thank you for taking me on to pilgrimage. I want to give you my daughter's pilgrimage because you called me pilgrimage. So the old woman said, okay, 3 years later, he went to the old woman. The young woman said, okay, he went to the old woman. And when he got the old woman, was like, who are you? He didn't recognize the young woman. So everyone's like, all the family members of the old woman, he was not agitated. He actually started to beat up the young woman. And so he went to the villagers and he was like, he explained the situation, like, what do I do? And so the villagers were like, do you have a witness? And the young woman said, no, I don't have any witness except the Lord. So after he said that, the villagers said, why don't you go to the Lord and explain the situation and ask him to be a witness? So he goes all the way to the mountain and he goes to the Gopal Devi and he says, explain the situation. And says, please, Lord, will you help me? Will you please be my Sakshi? Will you please be my witness? So the Lord says, okay, I will do this. We have one condition. The condition is that I will walk behind you. But if you look back even once, then I will freeze and you will not be in that place. So the young woman says, okay, but how will I know you're behind me, Lord? So then Sakshi Gopal says, you'll hear me by my influence, and that's how you know that I'm behind you. So many days pass, and now they're passing the area of Jagannath. So they're passing this area of Puri, and suddenly the input bells stop ringing. So the young woman can't hear the input bells, and he's really worried. He's like, where did the Lord go? So he turns back around, but obviously the Lord, he freezes because of the condition. So the young woman goes all the way to the old woman and all the villagers, and he takes them back to Sakshi Gopal, and he says, it's my witness. So then seeing that, the old woman, he says, okay, I'll give you my medicine and marriage. But my reflection to this was that the Lord he's so eager to do anything for his devotees. Anything he will do. The whole lesson I said, he was ready to walk behind the young woman just to prove his word. And that was one of my favorite things, that the Lord is ready to do anything and everything for his devotees. And then actually the buses became delayed, so many of the devotees could not go on the bus. And so we took it 8 to 9 people on one singular rickshaw. And it was
That was too exciting for all the kids.
But I was just thinking, this is the bare minimum we can do. Krishna's so eager to do anything personally, so I can't reach the same situation. And so those are my reflections. Even though there were so many struggles on that day, the bus came delayed, the rickshaw, the struggles with the rickshaw driver and everything. Yeah, you need to show Krishna that you're gonna need to show that Krishna, I'm here to be Darshan of you. I'm ready to do anything and everything, just take that question and give myself. And so those are my reflections from Sakshi Gopal.
Very well.
All the kids wearing seatbelt.
No seatbelt, so they were more happier.
And that time, special mercy happened because our beloved Divya Prabhu, he became an impromptu crowd control maintainer.
Whoever maintained, they didn't want to come out, so he had to do it.
He was letting all the Farmington devotees special long darshan. So all of us were standing right in
Front of Chachikoma.
having very close darshan. Thank you, Prabhuji. Very grateful. And he did the same in Alarnath as well as Sakshi Gopal, both places.
So the darshan was so mesmerizing. How much ever we heard, we just went and nobody wants to come out. And you imagine the line that's bigger standing outside. So
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Day 5 was Shyamanand Prabhuji took us, led us into Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's appearance place. Jagannath Vallabh Gardens, Gundicha Mandir and Narshing Mandir, Narendra Sarovar, and Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Maharaj Math. So we are at Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's appearance place.
Very special place for all Gaudiya Vaishnavas. From there, practically Krishna consciousness spread all over. So for us, it's the most holy place. And Gopishwar Prabhuji beautifully mentioned, in this place, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, along with his family, his wife's name is Bhagavanti Devi, along with their children, they resided for quite some time. This is the place our beloved grandfather Acharya, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur appeared. And before that, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he prayed for a ray of Vishnu so that the illusion in this world can entirely be vanquished and pure Krishna Prema can spread all over. Hearing to his prayer, the Lord sent a special personality. And on the day of Rath Yatra, he was a newborn baby, very young baby. And the Rath Yatra car came and stopped halted right in front of their house. Then, taking this opportunity, this baby is just born. Bhagavati Devi came out of house and brought this baby to the lotus feet of Jagannath. A beautiful garland immediately fell upon the neck of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur clearly understood this is a sign that the ray of Vishnu has appeared.
And he named him
Vimala Prasad.
Vimala Prasad. Yes.
So after this pastime, Jagannath got moved. So everyone cheered and glorified. This must be definitely a great personality. Time revealed. He is the greatest Acharya.
So the next place was Gundicha Mandir and Narsingha Mandir. So the Gundicha place is usually closed only during Rath Yatra, the 10 days. It is open when Lord Jagannath, they come and reside here. So we had nice darshan here.
What Gundicha represents? Anyone? Vrindavan. Gundicha represents Vrindavan. Rath Yatra is the gopis are taking Krishna Balaram to Vrindavan. So it's a very special place. Next place is known as Jagannath Vallabha Gardens. Very special place. Recently, Gopishwar Prabhuji beautifully narrated the pastime. We all heard this many, many times. Prataparudra Maharaj, he had a strong desire to have the audience of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's always setting a wonderful example. He said, I don't want to meet this Vishayi king who is dealing with a lot of material opulence. So he was refusing to give audience to him. At a point, to glorify Prataparudra Maharaj, Mahaprabhu did this pastime and Prataparudra Maharaj, he said this with so much conviction. If my wealth and opulence is blocking me or be a hindrance to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I will give up everything and become a mendicant. This word reached Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu's heart melted. But still Mahaprabhu didn't give audience. So devotees, along with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and many other wonderful intimate associates of Lord Chaitanya, they said, Prataparudra Maharaj, there is one amazing opportunity. During the time of Rath Yatra, whole day Mahaprabhu dances in ecstasy. Whole day. Then, when he is exhausted a little bit, he would take rest in Jagannath Vallabha Garden. At that time, he would dress as an ordinary person in simple clothes and then come and massage his lotus feet. He took this opportunity.
Singing Gopi Geet.
Singing Gopi Geet. So he would massage the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu and sing Gopi Geet. So, in that way, when Mahaprabhu heard this Gopi Geet, his heart melted and he gave a tight embrace to Prataparudra Maharaj and gave pure love then and there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Prataparudra Maharaj ki jai. This is the pastime happened in Jagannath Vallabha Garden. And next one is
Narendra Sarovar we visited here in this place. For 21 days, the Lord's Chandan Yatra takes place and Nauka Vihar, the boat ride of Lord Jagannath takes place and the Lord comes here. That's the pastime that happens in Narendra Sarovar. I hope this video opens up because they have an aerial view and sorry, there is no sound. See. Is it playing? Not playing.
Sarovar ki jai.
Next.
This
Next
is
event.
the place of Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Maharaj. Is Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Maharaj Mad. Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Maharaj is very dear to Srila Prabhupada and all his devotees.
So he's a god brother.
Prabhupada's godbrother. And he has a very special place for all his devotees. So they allowed us to have Katha there. Shamananda Prabhuji gave a wonderful class. In that place, he mentioned about Farmington Hills.
Yes.
Jai Shri Radha Govinda Bhagavan ki jai. Jai Hari ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. In this place, he mentioned about ISKCON Farmington Hills and mentioned specifically Eagle Kishore Prabhupada. So we are super happy.
Yes. The sun was actually scorching heat, like the devotees were, but nobody wanted to move. It was simply amazing. Like, no, everybody, like, they just put on whatever they had on their head and they just wanted to hear the katha. So the intensity for hearing was simply amazing. And then day 6, Ananga Mohan Prabhuji. So what happened on day 6 was Radha Gopinath Prabhu took most of the devotees to Bhuvaneshwar temple, Lingaraj temple for darshan. And there also the western body devotees are not allowed to enter the temple. So the Yatra committee made it in 2 ways where they all could go to one. The batch who cannot go to Lingaraj Mandir can also have a nice Yatra that day. So Anand Mohan Prabhuji, who is the temple president of Kolkata temple, he took us to house of Dasya Bhauri and Dandabanga river. Since we all, most of us already visited Bhuvaneshwar temple, we decided to go to Dasya Bhauri's place.
Dasya Bhauri is a very special place. Many of us may not be aware. Dasya Bhauri is a very great devotee of Lord Jagannath. He is a weaver by profession. He would weave silk saris and chadars. And for him, anything he sees best, he wants to immediately offer to Lord Jagannath.
So this is something I want to say in between. There is a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Stavara Jangama Deki Nadhi Ke Tara Murti Sarvatra Hoija Ishta Deva Surti. So he is such a devotee that the Mahabhagavad, it says the translation in such a way that Mahabhagavad devotee, he does not see moving and non-moving as they are, but he sees his Ishta Deva in everywhere. So that's how this Dasya Bhauri was such a Mahabhagavad. He also was not allowed to enter the Jagannath Puri temple. So for all of them who cannot enter the temple, there is Patita Pavan Jagannath right outside that they can have darshan. So he had darshan and one day he came home and the wife actually served a nice, whatever she cooked, she served on a red clay pot plate and she had a lot of rice, white rice, and a little bit of shak, the green vegetable that she cooked, she put it in the center. And when Dasya Bhauri saw that, I don't know what happened. He went into ecstasy and he started chanting, Jai Jagannath, and he was actually dancing. And the wife was like, what is wrong with my preparation? Is my husband upset with the preparation? Because he said he was hungry and he didn't eat. And she felt very sad that he's happy chanting Jagannath, but he's not eating. So she asked another neighbor, what do I do? So they asked, what did you serve your husband? And she described. Then they said, just change the form that you served. So she took out the plate and she put a leaf patal and then she served. Because he was seeing the eye of Lord Jagannath, the red, the white rice and the shark in between. So he was actually seeing Lord Jagannath's eye. So that's this great devotee Dasya Bhauri.
For him, anything he sees the best, he wants to immediately offer to Lord Jagannath. So once he actually spent literally 3 months, it takes 3 months to weave a silk saree, very fine silk saree. It can really sell for an expensive price. So he was carrying that and walking along in the marketplace. Suddenly something caught his attention in a coconut shop. The coconut was really unusually big. So immediately he said, I want this for my Jagannath. He went to the shopkeeper and said, hey, can I buy this coconut? This shopkeeper was very mean and greedy. He said, yes, you can. It's a very special coconut. Coconut is a coconut, right? You know how much is the price of a coconut. But he said, for this, you may have to exchange the silk saree you weaved. Can you believe 3 months of labor for one coconut? He, without a blink, he immediately exchanged for the coconut and he ran to Jagannath temple. And he was about to enter in his ecstasy, but the security guard stopped him. You cannot enter because of the background. So,
Right then and there.
he immediately raised his arm and said, "Oh my Lord, Jagannath, I brought this coconut for you. Please accept it." Immediately, two hands come.
Divine hands of Lord Jagannath, right in front of everyone, came and took the offering of coconut.
Came and grabbed the coconut and disappeared. Everybody thought he was a magician doing these tricks. So they did not appreciate him initially. Another day, when he was walking in the marketplace, he saw a basket of mangoes. Again, did the same thing. Immediately exchanged his whatever he had for a basket of mangoes. And he ran to Jagannath temple. Again, the security guard stopped him. What did he do? "Oh my Lord Jagannath, please accept this basket of mangoes." Again, the two divine hands immediately appeared, zoop, and grabbed the basket and disappeared. This time, they understood something is really special.
But they didn't want to accept it. That's not having faith, right? That is there. So they said, "What are you doing?" They actually started questioning him. They were in anger, like, "What siddhi is that? What magic are you trying to show? Are you trying to get some crowd control or get some attention from everybody?" So they were literally chastising him. So he was in tears. He said, "Truly, Lord Jagannath has accepted it. If you don't believe it, you can go ask Jagannath." So his faith was strong. So the pujaris actually ran into the temple. And when they went in, they saw the mango seeds and the peels right in front of Lord Jagannath.
Here the Simhasan.
Yes. Jagannath Swami ki jai. Hasya Bhauri's devotion ki jai.
In this beautiful place, they built a very nice temple for Dasya Gauri. I think it is also known as Dasya Peta. So beautiful temple. In that, usually in temples we have Garudaji, right? Right in front of the Lord. But here they have Dasya Gauri in this particular.
And also holding that coconut.
Holding that coconut. You can see that in his hand. He's holding the coconut, offering to. They have beautiful Jagannath, Baldev, Subramaya deities. And on the right side of the picture, you can see the Samadhi Mandira of Dasya Gauri. So they have drawn Baldev on that. So beautiful place for us to meditate on. Jagannath, for Lord Jagannath, he doesn't discriminate anyone. What it matters? Only devotion and humility. If we have devotion and humility, Jagannath will come personally to accept your offering. This place gives so much faith. In that place, Hanuman Prabhu narrated all these pastimes and many other such pastimes which are narrated in the book of His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Swami Maharaj. So a very special place, which is about 30 minutes from Jagannath Puri. And the next place is
Dandabanga River. So as we were in the bus, we didn't get down, but this is the special place. When Mahaprabhu came from Bhubaneswar when they were traveling to Jagannath Puri, on his way, he gave his danda to Nityanand Prabhu. He said, "Please take care of it, and I'll go have my bath and darshan and come back." And at that time, our transcendental Nityanand Prabhu started speaking to the danda. He's like, "What do you think of yourself, right? We are carrying the Lord in our heart and you make my Lord carry you." So he said, "That's not acceptable." So he just broke the danda and threw it. And when Mahaprabhu came back and when he asked, "Where is my danda, Nityananda?" And Nityananda Prabhu very cleverly, he said, my Lord, you were in ecstasy. You were lost with your consciousness. So when you were going to fall, I tried to hold you. And both of us fell on this danda and I don't know where it broke and went away. So Mahaprabhu knew in his heart what Nityananda Prabhu actually wanted. But out of his transcendental anger, he said, "Okay, looks like either you people go in front of me or come behind me, but I don't want to go with you all." And then the devotee said, "No, my Lord, please, you should go in the front. We'll follow you." So that transcendental pastime happened here. Dandabanga River ki jai, Lord Nityananda Prabhu ki jai.
So that was the last place we visited. Third day, every day Maharaj would speak in Solar's Rana Swami Maharaj would give class for minimum 3 to 4 hours. This day, on that particular day, we heard
5 hours less.
And then Maharaj, he emphasized this aspect very well, which is very, very important for all of us to remember always. And many times I've heard this. One devotee, who is my very good friend also, his name is Sriram Sakha Prabhu, he went and asked Maharaj once, "Maharaj, when we go for yatra, we are super inspired. Everything looks amazing. And we don't criticize anyone, we follow everything so nicely, we chant nicely. But as soon as we come back from yatra, we are back to square one. What should we do?" What was the famous answer Maharaj gave? Make your life as yatra. So that is an important point for us to really carry on. Maharaj mentioned this. This yatra ends, that means another yatra begins. So our life has to be in the same mode of yatra. As I mentioned earlier, to refocus our attention to our purpose, our goal, our desire to serve the Lord and chant the holy names without any offenses, not criticizing anyone, seeking the blessings of Vaishnava, serving them wonderfully. So Maharaj emphasized and prepared us that we should carry on with this consciousness wherever we go. That's why if you see, whenever we glorify the places, ISKCON temples, every place is known as Yatra. Our temple is known as New Ekachakradam, right? Our ISKCON Farmington is called as New Ekachakradam. We always say New Ekachakradam Yatra ki Jai. So Yatra always continues. So it is a lifelong journey for us. So when we serve in that mode, we are so fortunate. Honestly, I can tell you, live in 5 countries. We are super fortunate to be here in Farmington Hills. We have with us His Grace Lokeshwar Prabhuji, who is an exalted Vaishnava, who chants pure holy name, a pure devotee who is guiding us in every step. Where can we get this kind of luxury? The super luxury for it. And practically, he gives minimum 2 to 3 classes. On Wednesdays, if you chant the Bhagavad class, you're going in a sequence. All the pastimes, wonderful pastimes of Mahaprabhu. And on most of the Saturdays, we also get to hear Bhagavatam. Where can we get this kind of luxurious facility to literally nurture us with this hearing and perfect guidance? So our yatra continues and goes on and on. When we serve in that mood, hearing, giving importance to utmost importance to chanting, hearing, serving the devotees, not criticizing anyone, following the principles, it is a matter of time for us to experience the pure holy name, to get the love of God.
Just want to see our Giriraj Prabhu, how intensely he's serving, and he's in this is the main Yatra committee where they come together before the Yatra to plan for the Prasad. The Prasad was incredibly amazing. So this is the main planning team, and you can see Giriraj Prabhu right next to Gaurang Prabhu. So,
and we are almost there, just 2-3 minutes. So every day they would have a theme for cooking Prasad. So on one day, I think the first day I believe, they made Thai sabji. Thai soup, is it?
Thai curry.
Thai curry, I'm sorry, Thai curry. And devotees, they wanted to name it transcendental. So they made it as Me Thai curry.
So thousands of, so many devotees and this is another special pastime where Maharaj shared that Nitai land.
Nitai curry from Nitai land. Thank you.
Thailand. So Thai curry from Thailand, Nitai curry from Nitai land. Yes. So Maharaj shared that when he went to Amritsar Golden Temple, there was this huge machine that would make thousands of chapatis, perfect chapatis, puff up and come. And they had a tour, and then at the end, they actually served prasad to Maharaj there. And when he sat down to eat, there were a few Matajis sitting in the side and rolling the chapatis and making. Maharaj was like, that big machine is making so many chapatis. Now, why are these Matajis sitting here and rolling chapatis for me? I could just eat from that. And then the head said, when we have very special guests, we want to serve that special guest with love. So when personally, when the chapatis are rolled, made and served with love, that is what service means. And that was taken to core, and not 1, 2 special. Here, 10,000 plus specials. So everybody, there were so many Matajis hand rolling chapatis, more than 25,000 chapatis every single day. So that was magical, truly magical.
Every day, those devotees, Matajis who are cooking chapatis, they may not be able to visit places and listen to the classes, but their service was constantly rolling chapatis to please devotees, so that devotees can have wonderful, delicious prasad.
Yes.
That is the mode of service.
And everybody had stainless steel plates. There was no use and throw. So there was washing of so many plates. So there was no end for service. And you can see everybody were happy. Servers, serving, honoring, everybody's just happy because the mood is set. Why we are doing this, for whom we are doing this. And this is our major cooking team, right in center, our Giriraj Prabhu. See how blessed ISKCON Farmington is. So we have all the main people here. So every day, and Maharaj said this pond was so big that 10 people can swim into it at one time. Then they get drowned. Yes.
Said 5 people can, he said, I think Maharaj mentioned, 10 people can sit inside and 5 people can get drowned. that big.
So, and also for the Varishtha Vaishnavas above 60 years old, they don't have to stand in line. Actually, there was no line for anyone. On top of that, they had these tables and chairs where they were personally served all the 60 and above very, very lovingly.
They had the tables and dining table to sit on.
Yes. So here you can see more comfortable seating for all the Srila Prabhupada's disciples during the Katha, and Yadugara Prabhu turned 80 during the Yatra, and we also had birthdays of Mukunda and Shringar Biharani Mataji we celebrated in the airports.
On the flight itself.
In the
They
flight,
announced on the flight.
the flight attendants announced. And also our Sai Prasanna Mataji, those devotees, so loving our congregation is, those who could not come for the yatra, they cooked and packed prasad for us. Like Sai Prasanna Mataji made so much of muffins and she sent with us. So we were distributing to more people in the airport. So it was just incredible. So here, everyone is eager to serve. So. And this is totally amazing. So you all see Bal Gopal and Gopinath and our dear Hari Shankar Prabhu, and the books of Yugal Kishore Prabhu were displayed. And can you imagine, like when you have two kids, it's so hard taking care of your own family, taking their backpacks and organizing yourself. You want to attend classes, you want to visit the places. And here is Hari Shankar Prabhu just sold out. In the service, that he brought up all these and he set it up, and he was begging each one of us, Mataji, can you get 10 devotees to sign up for the books? Can you make 10 devotees to sign up for our Yuval Kishore Prabhu's books? I just had tears in my eyes. I could not say anything but just hold my hands with tears. So that's the dedicated devotees, team of devotees that we have here.
At this time, we take this opportunity. These are the books of our beloved, His Grace Yugal Kishore Prabhuji. Can you believe these three books, which are very important? And many stalwart people mentioned that this is for everyone. Everyone can understand. Anyone above 8 years can definitely understand and apply, more importantly, apply in their life. He has made three books. One is on stress management, time management, and anger management. All three are important. I've heard so many teenagers saying that I definitely need this. So we are taking pre-orders now. And this is a wonderful time for you to give to your friends and co-workers. Generally, we like to give because it's a gift season. So if you pre-order, we can get you like 20, 50, how many books sets you want. Because each set comes in a beautiful slip case, and these three books are placed in it. In that way, you can give a wonderful gift to all your friends and co-workers. So each book set will cost you $20, and we take pre-orders. Please approach either Krishna Kumar Prabhu or myself, and we will promptly deliver you during the season in which you can give to them. It is definitely a wonderful gift for life. This can change their life for the best. So be mindful, considerate, and make your pre-orders.
And as I'm glorifying Hari Chakra Prabhu, I want to glorify Maharaj Mataji too, because if not for her taking care of the kids, Prabhu can be doing his service. So Maharaj Mataji,
I just want to add something about these books are also available in India. And we have a huge order that is in India available. So my request is, if you cannot utilize it here, your friends, family in India, we can ship from within India, like 10 or 20 sets to have wherever you want, and you can distribute in India. That will be a good service also. We have about 3,000 sets available. So if only 100 of us will get 30 pieces each or 30 sets each, that's like 3,000 pieces. So it would be very helpful if you can, give us the your India address, and we'll let you know. The money is really very nominal compared to what we are getting, and we are able to reciprocate with the Yugal Kishore Prabhu. That's our biggest fortune. So I personally have pledged 100 sets, and I'm getting it in my hometown in India, Gujarat. So would love to hear from you. You don't have to say it right here, right now, but please talk to me or Kadam Kanand Prabhu, and we will get if you 10, 20, 30 sets. If each one of us can get it, that's like 1,000 sets right there, right? So and then 3 more books being brought here also for us to distribute to. Thank you
And
so
for
much.
us
for
to
your
read
language.
too, read and benefit too.
Thank you, Prabhu. And Prabhuji has the books. If you want to have a look at it, please approach Krishna Kumar Prabhuji. Thank
So
you.
here, many of you after hearing and seeing all these yatra pictures, you would feel like, I also want to go for yatras. So again, Yugal Krishna Prabhu always organizes yearly yatras. This is from the last year Vrindavan Yatra. And you can see all our devotees happily being part of it. So there'll be more yatras coming up. So stay tuned.
And sometimes Prabhuji takes us to New Vrindavan as well. So please stay in touch. We'll keep you posted. So wonderful opportunities. Our personal yatra. That's how it feels. Because we can get to hear from Prabhuji about that particular place. And also, it will be spiritually so much nurturing to keep continuing with yatra.
And coming to temple on a daily basis is yatra too. And we are having our dham right here, where we get nourished with the Sadhu Sangha, Nam Kirtan, Bhagavat Shravan, and Mathura Vas, and Sri Murtera Shraddhaya Sevan. We get all five taken care right here at the temple.
As I mentioned earlier, every Saturday, most of the times, Prabhuji gives Srimad Bhagavatam class. It's a wonderful opportunity for families to come together to attend at least once in a month, now if possible, once in a week, Mangalarati and all the morning programs, 8:15, Prabhuji gives Bhagavatam class. That'll be wonderful. So Yatra continues wherever we are, and we can go on in that Yatra mode.
And Srila Prabhupada has brought Jagannath to all over the place. And we have Rath Yatras everywhere. So we are very thankful to our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, giving us this wonderful, wonderful family where we can take shelter. And I want to end this by sharing this exchange that we had. When you are with those Mahabhagavat and amazing devotees, like we all have like the good dog and the bad dog within us, but when that spark of devotion gets flamed by the presence of another devotee, the kindness and the niceness shown by another devotee. So we had darshan of Jagannath and we were coming out. And usually the auto rickshaw walas do not stop if there is only one person to get into the rickshaw, because it's not worth for him to drive all the way to just get 20 rupees, right? So he would expect a few devotees together so he can at least make 100 rupees for that trip. So there was one devotee who was just walking and he was actually limping because the whole yatra you're walking a lot. So your legs are all in pain. So he was having few bags in his hand, and from the temple he was walking and we could see the wristband. So it's our people. So we stopped our rickshaw and he said, rickshaw, just stop. We have another family of ours to take in. And the Prabhu was so happy to get in. He got into the rickshaw and we were exchanging where we are from, who we are, and we were having, and he thanked so much. Thank you, Prabhu. 1% no rickshaw comes, but our pandal is so far and the katha will start soon. So I was praying to Lord Jagannath, how will I reach on time? And you just came and gave me the ride. And he said, when we were about to get down, we are again having a fight or a conversation where we say, no, I will pay for the rickshaw. No, Prabhu, please. All my rides, some other devotees have paid. At least this one last ride, let me pay. So this was the conversation that we are having. And he said, Prabhu, absolutely not. We took the rickshaw. We are major in numbers, so we will pay. But we will take something from you. You're having some maha with you. So please give us some maha. So this was the kindness and the niceness. See, this is what is Vaikuntha atmosphere. So all that goodness, that little sparks that we have gets fanned in the beautiful association of devotees. So Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada
Ki Jai. Thank you all so much for patiently listening. Please forgive us for extending over time. And we couldn't do justice because it's 6 days yatra. Just wanted to end with this. This won't complete without the mercy of Divyadita Prabhu and Krishna Kumar Prabhu. They made such wonderful arrangements. And of course, Prem Pallavi Mataji, Prema Mataji, and all of them, they helped to make this yatra experience as the most memorable and most inspiring.
From the time to book the tickets, you want to find a cheap ticket. It's so hard to go do all the research. Prabhuji's did all that, packing prasad, making sure it's on time. In Delhi, he went out of the way. He went by himself alone. So much of fog. He just went to the Delhi temple to make sure he packs prasad for, and that too, one variety of pizzas and everything, so that the kids are happy. every aspect of the travel.
He made sure we had feasts everywhere.
12 o'clock in the midnight when we came back from the darshan, Champakvalli calls me at 12 in the midnight and she says, Mataji, I know you must be hungry and you must not have eaten. And I know that you only eat simple dal rice, you can't eat spicy food. So I got dal rice sabji for you. Who else, who can be so much more loving than this? So, really,
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai. Prasadam is served upstairs. Please proceed. Thank you so much. Once again, please forgive us for delaying. Thank you.